Yo, you already know what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Bike in your chest with another one, man. We just applying this pressure over here, man. You already know what it is. You locked in, man. It's Who Am I with T.Murray, man. Today I got a very, 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 very special guest, man.
Oh, stop it.
A young man that's dear to my heart, man. Out here really on this shit, man. Really a grinder.
Yes, sir.
Really a hard worker, man.
Yes, sir.
Really a trendsetter.
Hey, man, don't tell them that. They not ready for that.
Really a father in these streets, for real. No capery. Now, on my platform, you know, it's called Who Am I with T.Murray. So how we always start off, we always let the guests, let the folks know who they are, man. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Well, my mother and father took their time and they named me Warren Levy, but in the streets that I move around in, I grew up in Orlando, I go by DJ Levy. I'm also the chicken man. I'm also the ice cream guy. And, you know, me and my daughter, we got partnership. She got a lemonade. So Lauren's lemonade, that's what you see right here. Boom. I got the chicken on me at all times. And, you know, I'm the best DJ with the vibes. So that's why I am.
My dog will really pull up on you with an 8-piece for real, man.
Hey, man. Gotta move it around. You know how we do it.
We selling chickens for real, man.
Hey,
Real chickens.
Hey, man, my pops did it, so I ain't have to do it. So
That's real.
that's who I am.
That's real, man. So let's get into it, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, take us back, man.
Okay.
You know, before DJ Levy,
Okay.
before the chicken coop,
Okay.
before Levy's ice cream, before
All
ice cream DJ,
Okay.
before fatherhood,
Okay.
man, take us back to young Levy, man.
Man, I am a kid born and raised in Orlando. I am a true Orlandoan. I was raised in Pine Hill, Florida, by way of Jamaica, because my dad's Jamaican, so I have that. I was raised in that culture too. Yeah, man, never been a super tough guy. I was short for a very long time. Little guy for a very long time. That's funny now because I'm a whole football player size, but moved around, man. Went to 3 different high schools. I went to Apopka, I went to Olympia, and then I went to the best high school in the absolute world, no hands bar, that goddamn Jones High School.
Say that.
Yo, most definitely. I'm always say that, man.
Say that.
Changed my life. It changed my life over there. The guy that got me into letting me know that 1, I was funny, and that 2, I could be creative was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Hall, Jarvis Hall. I forever say that guy, he ran the media department, let me come in, write scripts, be characters, and let me know that it was okay for a black kid to do certain things. It was you didn't have to be the super thug tough guy. That's not who I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't a dope dealer because I grew up with 2 parents in a village. My mom was a CEO for a very long time, and my dad was a street guy, like a real street guy. So I got to see both sides.
Yeah.
And he was like, be yourself. It's all right. It's okay to be funny. It's okay not to have the flashiest clothes right now. Because it's just, right now, it's just high school.
Yeah.
Be yourself. So with that, it just took off from there, man. I helped write scripts and put shit together. And as far as me, the influential things that got me to where I'm at now, I come from a family of DJs. There are about 8 of us. And they're mostly on my Jamaican side. So I grew up listening to guys like Stone Love,
yes, sir.
Poison Dart, Kilimanjaro.
You said something.
Yeah,
right?
like if you know,
the Yank know something. The Yank know a little bit now back here.
If you know, you know.
Yes, sir.
And so hearing those sounds and those, the way those guys control the crowd, it took to me. Like I was automatically drawn. But also on my mom's side, I grew up in the church. A lot of people don't know I'm a trained singer. From the time I was like 3 until about 11th grade, I won awards. So it's in me on both sides. So I got gospel here, and my cousins over here with the dance hall and the rap, and it just became infectious. And then also both my grandparents were entrepreneurs, along with my uncle. So I got to see what working hard for yourself gets you. It's something to be said for when you can see that early.
Yeah.
It puts something in you to not just settle for a 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. I have one of those, but I'm also an entrepreneur. So I kind of dibble and dabble in both. But I'm actually about to take the steps to fully go onto the entrepreneurial side.
That's real.
Most definitely.
That's real, man. So it looked like from early you was bound to.
It took a little bit of figuring out, but I always knew I wanted to be in the kitchen. Me and kitchens just gravitated to me since I was a little boy. My grandpa one day, because my granddad owned his own lawn business, and my granddad came back with me, and he was shaking his head talking to my grandma. She said, he was like, I don't know about that boy. He ain't, that outside ain't for him. So she then took it upon herself to introduce me to cooking. And she told me, she was like, I'm going to teach you a skill to where you can always use it for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that would save my life. I've never been out of work more than 2 weeks just because I learned how to cook, and I just dove into it. And I love the control that food has over people, and that I could bring a smile to your face. When you're sad, you eat. When you're happy, you eat. After sex, what you want to eat.
That's right. Yeah, that's real, nah.
So people always gonna want to eat. People always gonna die. People always gonna want to sleep. Like, those things are always encompassed, and we happen to live in a city where they're always gonna need chefs. So it was pivotal, and I thank her for that. I thank both of them for that. They gone now, so but I always, anytime I do anything, I always think of them, especially when I'm cooking. So
straight up,
most definitely.
Now I'm gonna let the folks know, about when I came across you. You feel me?
Okay.
So I think we're going on about maybe, I want to say 4.5 years, maybe going on 5.
Yeah.
Type shit. And I caught you DJing.
Yeah. Yeah. At the infamous Alchemy.
World famous.
World renowned.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's a funny story about that. My brother Steve, me and him is a light-skinned dude you always see me with at that time. We go out, we'll hear these DJs. Like, man, this shit is terrible. This shit is absolutely.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. It was boo-boo at that time.
Yeah.
Anybody that felt like they could buy a controller and a laptop felt like they were a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not make you that. That makes you a person that bought a controller and a laptop.
Yeah.
So with me and him talking, I have a good library of just music. I'm enthused in it. I love it. I don't just hear a rap song. I hear the where the song came from. All right, who made that song? What inspired them to do this? Like, I'm entrenched in it. And so he was like, bro, you can do it. So I was all right. I went, bought like a $300 controller, bought a $200 laptop, and then I went over to Alchemy and I talked to Kyle over there. And I was like, look, I don't want no money. I just want to be able to pull up on Sundays. It was Wednesdays and Sundays. Nobody's in there. And I cut my teeth in there. I worked on it and I worked on it, put my 10,000 hours in, and my brother was like, don't forget, you got a voice. Use it. Use your voice. Talk on that shit, because we Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk on that mic.
Mm-hmm.
You have to cut these songs up. So I learned, and I watched guys like Big Disco, DJ Night Train.
Yes, sir.
DJ Consistency.
Yes, sir.
Who else am I missing? I'm missing somebody else. I can't think of their name right now. But those 3 to 4 people I watched, and I just soaked. I went like a year just going around different places and listening.
Yeah.
And then I found my niche. And we started Friday nights at Alchemy. I was with a guy named Polo, the promoter. He ain't even around no more. But he heard me DJ one night. He's like, man, come rock with me. All right, cool. So we started up slow, man. Started packing the place. I did a thing where I would buy 3 to 4 bottles, and I just give them away. just give them away just to bring people in and get it going.
Yeah.
And before you know it, 3 months of doing that, the place was packed. We was packing out every Friday. And then I met one of my good friends who's the other half of my DJ group, Big Belly Rude Boys. Met DJ Legend. That guy,
Yes, sir.
is an issue.
Yes, sir. My God.
I don't make my money on scratching. That's not where I make my money.
Yeah.
I'm learning, but that ain't where I make my money. I make my money talking these records and my record selection. He comes in with the scratching and his record selection. It was a beautiful marriage. And I also met a guy named DJ James, but his name is James. And so we partnered up and then we took over Saturdays.
Okay.
So we had Fridays and Saturdays. And so we did that for like 6 months to a year, something like that. Of course, in true business fashion, it fell out over some minor finances. But by that time, I had enough knowledge and confidence to go on my own. So then I left there. I went to DJ for Midnight Hookah Lounge. Before it was what it is now, I was actually there during the construction and rocked out there, and that's when I figured out that I can do a Spanish crowd. So then I could do black, I could do Spanish. And then I actually ended up meeting DJ Aaron Anthems there. He's doing Gemini. He's over there. So I cut my teeth there, rocked out, and just started doing private gigs, man. Got better equipment, started rubbing elbows with guys like Consistency, with guys like H. Dot, and just really trying to get my name out there. And it took a minute, but it was worth the hard work. But you know, you gonna have your bumps.
Yeah.
I done been got by just about every promoter out here. You know what I mean? Niggas don't have your money. Oh, the dough ain't do what it was supposed to do. So, you know, you go through that, but you learn.
But when you double back, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you can't do that.
It's gonna cost
Yesterday's price is not today's
It's gonna
price.
cost you.
Yeah, most definitely.
Man, you definitely put in the work, man, because, boy, we see you cutting up at the biggest brunch in the United States of America. These folks don't know, man.
Hey,
Sunday at Bronze Kingdom, man.
Yeah, I was one of the DJs that helped start that, along with DJ Jack. Shout out to that guy. Love that guy. That's a good guy.
Shout out to Jack.
That's a good guy. Under the leadership of DJ Consistency. I was there for a little bit, got it started, and then I didn't have all the equipment, and I wasn't skill-wise exactly where I should have been. So they ended up going a different route, but it kind of worked in my favor because I then became the DJ for the Orlando Eye. So I was out there, and I felt good because being one of the first DJs, and not only one of the first, being one of the first black DJs, that meant a lot because in this city, there's not a lot of black DJs on International Drive.
Yeah.
That ain't necessarily for us. Now there is because you got Lava, and you got a couple other spots that are down there now. But I like to say, and without putting a feather in my cap, I was the first to like break the skin on that.
That's
So I appreciated the opportunity. I was a little bit too brown for them. But it was a learning experience that I got and that I totally appreciated. So, and it prepared me for what's to come, which is doing corporate gigs and doing weddings.
Straight up.
I do that now. I'm pretty good at it. So,
Yeah, that's what it is. So, you know, we met on, you know, at Alchemy on, you know,
Yes,
on
sir.
the DJ tip. You know, I'm working my move, you working your move, then I come back.
It's another move.
Now we got chicken, bro. Now we got bird.
Yes, sir. That happened once again. My brother Steve, and also my business partner Miranda. Pivotal person. My brother, because we move around and we go to different places, and we saw that there's no food in most of the hookah lounges, and if they do have food, it's nothing that a lot of it's not a food that everybody can hit. So my brother was like, "Bro, you a chef? Like, you can do some wings and fries out here, bro. You can kill." I said, "You think so?" He was like, "Yeah." So once again, went and talked to the owner. Gotta shout out Kyle, because most guys in that situation, they may say yes, but they gonna tax you.
Yeah.
Man, they charge me nothing. He like, just pull up, you got it. So I started with 2 fryers and a lamp and a $300 loan from my business partner, and we turned that into what it is now with us doing frozen product, you know, and it took on a life of its own off of a whim. And
for the folks out there who watching, let's not downplay that, because on this platform, we're really trying to sit down with people who out the mud for real.
Definitely.
People who can bring answers.
Definitely.
Things like that, resources.
Definitely.
Knowledge, you feel me?
Definitely.
And that was one of the main reasons I definitely had to get this one with you, bro, because I've been watching you come out the mud, you feel me?
I appreciate it.
The man telling you he started with 2 fryers
and a lamp.
And a lamp.
A house lamp. The house is a lamp right behind you. That lamp. Out the house.
And this shit ain't no cap on it. This nigga had A-list people in the city pulling up the alchemy. I'm talking about, hey man.
I gotta show love. There's a few people I gotta show love to. Number 1, Keith Chapman. I-4 Chapman, Mr. NWO. First person that didn't know me to give me his platform, put me in connection with people. Has never asked for a dime of any kind. Hence why my barbecue sauce is named after it's NWO barbecue. I felt like once it get going, once I get my name, that's the least I could do for him.
That's solid. Shout out to Fool.
Definitely, I got to shout out Preacher, rapper, entrepreneur in the city.
Yeah,
got to shout one of my favorite rappers in the city. I don't give a damn what this man do. I'm gonna support
Big
it.
Papa.
Tony Boy.
Yeah, man, and that was what I was gonna say. Yeah, man, like it was a time I'm coming out of some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna pull up on Lee. I'm on the ground lurking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how I was.
I'm in that story. I said, oh, them wings up. I'm on the way. Look, I'm talking to myself out loud, talking about I'm on the way.
Yes, sir.
Look, I pull up, man. Tony done closed shop, man.
Tony Boy is one of the first people I met that, he had a city celebrity, but you'll never know.
Yeah, real one.
And he not only made sure to pay full price, he made sure all his people paid full price. He wouldn't let me. I tried to give him food. He would not take it.
A couple of them times. You feel me?
He won't take it, and I appreciate that.
And that be the support that we need from each other in the community. You feel me?
Definitely, because like I said, that's one of my favorite rappers. That's one of my favorites. That man can't pay me to play a record. Not $1 I will ever take from him. Also, my guy Justin that does all the security for all the celebrities in the city, he came through, blessed me. And there were many others. Many others. I can't name everybody.
Yeah, folks was pulling up for them.
Definitely,
man, bro.
Definitely. So when you saw it on the ground, people pull up, that's a good thing, and it ultimately ended up being a bad thing. Because the restaurant next door, I'm not going to say their name because I don't rock with them, but it's the restaurant next door to Alchemy, not Domino's, because Domino's people rock with me too. Because I was making, quote unquote, so much money, they felt like I was taking away from their business, so they called the landlord. And so they put Kyle in a position where we had to shut it down. Which was my first hit, my first challenge.
Yeah.
In the situation that I was in. Secondly was my financial challenges, because as quick as I was making it, quick as I was spending it. Because it was coming in. Like I could go outside with no money. I'm definitely coming in the house with $500-600. Easy. If it was a great night, $800. Easily. But with
chicken, not chickens.
Yeah. And with us being so new to it, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, my team, we all up and coming and learning. So it was a learning lesson all around. But it definitely gave me a brand in the city, and it definitely gave me a name, in which I appreciate. And so we're now pivoting into the frozen department, so you'll never have to worry about me disappearing. You can order the wings from me, and we'll ship them to you. So it was definitely a blessing. And I also got a shout out, special lady, Miss Kathleen. She was over my marketing department, and she took me from a house name to being professional. So I definitely appreciate her. Also, there's one more that I cannot forget. This guy. Oh my gosh. Damn, I'm trying to get his name right now, but I can't think of their name. I'm horrible at that. I'm gonna come back to it. But two gentlemen also believed in me. Where one gentleman bought my business license, my first one, for me, and the second one, believe me, actually brought me to that guy. And it's all city love, and that's my new movement right now. City love.
Yeah.
Like, get love in your city first.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry about going nowhere else. Get love in your city, and then everything else will come.
Yes, sir. I can dig that.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I gotta, kudos to you, man. You ain't never stopped. So, and I like what you're doing here with this.
I appreciate
This is
that.
it.
I
This
appreciate
is a
that
movement.
for sure. You know, I just be
Definitely.
trying to do my one too, man.
Hey, man, we not trying
Yeah,
to-
my contribution to society. You feel me?
One of the most important things I ever learned was from a gentleman, he a rapper out here. He looked like Snoop, named Kilo Ronan. And he always told
Oh,
me,
my boy.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
you got the brand.
Yeah, I got the. You know what's up with me?
Yes, sir. Definitely got to interview him.
Yeah, he did. Pull up. You already know what it is. We're
Definitely.
pushing up on you.
He told me something very important at a very early stage in my development of being an entrepreneur. He says, you got to stop saying you trying. You're not trying. You doing. So I don't ever say try. I don't let nobody ever say it around me. So you're not trying. You're doing it. So that's, if you don't take nothing else from me, definitely take that.
I only say that because we just started on Memorial Day.
It don't matter.
Just like
doing it.
A pull up. You feel me?
Right.
Just a pull up turned into
I'm the prime story of that.
motion.
Like, I also have ice cream, black-owned ice cream company, and that all started because when me and my daughter's mom was together, we got into an argument. She put me out the room. I was like, damn, I want some ice cream. I'm a fat dude. I want ice cream in the middle of the night. And I was like, damn, man, I don't want to buy that shit. And I damn sure don't want to go third for stealing that shit because that's stupid as hell. So I looked up on YouTube, and I was like, let me see if I can make this. And there's a white lady. When I get the ice cream where I want it to be, I'm gonna fly that lady in and thank her, hug and kiss her, because I use her recipe along with me doing the science on it and adding a couple things to it, and figured out how to make ice cream off of just trying. So that's me doing. So you doing? You ain't trying.
That's real, now.
You moving?
That's real. Now I'm
What's that?
talking about. You got ice cream, bro.
Yes, sir.
You got chicken.
Yes, sir.
Then you put, your daughter in play early. You feel
Definitely.
me?
That was important.
Tell the folks about that.
I have a beautiful 6-year-old daughter named Lauren, and one day she came to me because she had saw some girls on Instagram with a lemonade stand, and she was like, "Daddy, I want a lemonade stand." I was like, "That's cool, we can do that, but how about a company?" She was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "You can have your own bottles." Hence, boom. And so she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And what we got going, I did a taste test at her birthday. I brought like 30 bottles, gave them all away. Within 2 days, people called me, "When can I get it? Where it's at? How can I get it?" So I went, got our LLC, and we got it started. And I feel like even if it don't make millions of dollars, right, it gives her at least a foot start in life to say, hey,
You already building her into a young entrepreneur.
right, along with her mom. I gotta say this because her mom is also an entrepreneur. She's a seamstress and has a clothing line, so she gets to see it from both sides.
That's 100.
You know,
That's
and
And I like that you said that, bro.
Definitely.
Because everything don't always work out like it's supposed to. You feel me?
Definitely.
It's like 3 stats said in Miss Jackson. You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. You feel me?
Cannot.
But at the same time, we still got these little ones. We got these little ones here. You feel me?
Definitely, she didn't ask to be here, so it's my responsibility. This is my responsibility to help her become a moving and motivated person in society. especially being a dad, not only a dad but a black dad.
Well, you saying something, my
Definitely.
boy.
It's not only my job to show her, but it's to show others like, hey, us as black dads, we out here. We are moving. I may not have all the money in the world, but I got the time. So I spend it.
You saying
And when I
something,
do
my
have the
boy.
money, I give it. I make sure that my daughter's mom doesn't need anything. And I communicate. When it's tight, it's tight. I let them know, like, now it's tight. Because, we got things going on. We live in a different world. Shit is hot.
That's 100. You had it right here first on Who Am I, T.Murray, because this the shit that I like. This what I'm doing this for.
Definitely.
This what, like, for real, and this ain't scripted, you feel
Right.
me? But I know from who I'm interviewing what's gonna come out, you feel
Definitely.
me?
Definitely.
And this is what I want the people
Definitely.
to see, you feel me? This is what I want the people to hear, you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? We ain't got to be all fucked up and,
No, it's
you know what I'm saying? We still, like you said, hey, I make sure,
right.
and the key word you said, communication, bro.
Definitely. Because it's on me. As a male, you set the pace. She's only going to reflect what you give her. Because if you really think about it, as parents, they don't want to keep them kids. They want you to have them kids because they want their free time too.
Yeah.
If y'all can't work it out together, being together.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you can't. You got to give her some help, bro.
Yo.
It's hard. Women, they do a phenomenal job. Her mom does a phenomenal job.
Say that.
Her mom makes sure that she's smart. I make sure that she's respectful. You mix them two together, and you may have a decent human. And what more can you ask for? She has a support system. I have a support system. She has a boyfriend, and we all meet. We come together at times. It took me a minute to get there. It wasn't perfect. It took me a minute.
Say that.
But
Say that.
it was my daughter that made me see it. One day she came to me and says, Dad, do you have a problem with him? I was like, no. She's like 4 or 5 at this time. I was like, no, why you ask? Because you never say hello to him. Damn, my bad. I didn't even know she was picking that up. So I made the concerted effort to say, hey, what up, bro? My bad. What's up? What's going on?
And shout out to any male that's coming in a situation
Right.
with something that ain't his and just not only handling business but just being respectful and moving the right way.
Right.
Because let me tell you something, I come from the trenches for real. You come from that shit
Definitely.
too. We done heard the hard stories. We done seen
Right.
them where
No,
niggas play with these kids,
Right.
you feel me?
And
Niggas be kid, niggas be and shit
Yeah.
real.
And me and him had a man-to-man conversation because he also has a child.
And
So
that's
me and him had a
100,
man-to-man
bro.
conversation.
And that's 100.
And I told him straight up, I'm not, for me, like I said, I'm not the gangsters dude. I'm not. But that don't mean the people around me aren't. So we had a real conversation. I was like, whatever you do to her, I'm going to do to you. Straight up and down. You love on her, I'm going to love on you. You hurt her, and the answer is
Yeah,
on
what it
itself.
is.
So, but we've been all good, man. It's been all love. Like I said, it hasn't been easy, but it's something that we constantly work at and take our time with. So,
Yeah, shout out to all
Definitely.
parties involved. You
definitely,
feel me?
because it definitely takes a village.
Big salute.
It definitely takes a village. So,
Cause we ain't always gotta be messy, bruh.
no,
It ain't gotta always be.
I'm gonna tell you where it get messy. See, it get messy because a lot of dudes still be smashing. They be. You can't do that. If you gonna move on, move on. Now, if you moved on and you've been respectful and you can't and y'all still can't come together, as a man, go down there and take care. Go to them courts. You do it.
And I'm gonna say this, bruh, from experience. I'm glad you brought that point up.
Definitely.
That's why I say even from the beginning, just communication and just understanding. You feel me?
Right.
One thing I always preach, and somebody done even told me I sound fucked up for saying it, but I'm gonna own it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, don't put. I be how I felt,
Right.
but I paid the penalty in not doing it. I came up on some. I ain't finna put. You don't put no white folks in your business, bro.
Right. I understand.
But me doing that and being loyal to shit, that shit went behind my jits in the case.
Mm-hmm.
That shit bit me in the ass, boy.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. As a father, as a parent, period, boy, that's an 8 ball. You don't never want to be behind.
Right.
Boy.
Right. So, like I said, it's as a man, you gotta have accountability. Be able to stand on the shit you
and
fucked
men
up.
and women, especially our community,
Right.
Let's not put ourselves in positions where we got to do that, bro.
Right. It like I said, if you
But
can
because honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro.
Mhm.
If I had to do it all over again,
Yep.
I would have went and got that paperwork,
Do
bro.
it yourself. Do it yourself. But right
And
now,
let me tell you why, because the shit that happened on the other end of it, if that paperwork was in place,
You never
it
had
would
the
have been
problem.
a simple like
Right.
exchange of
Yep.
bodies.
Right. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Instead, I'm fighting 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah. And I knew I didn't want to do that, so I humbled myself as a man first, and then I made sure to be accountable and to apologize to her for getting.
Man, say that, my
Yeah,
boy.
and for getting us
Say
into
that, my
the situation
boy.
that we in, and then like I said, I communicate the best I can, and if I don't have it, I let it be known. I still, you know, I try to go get it. I switch it up. You know, that's what all these different hustles come from.
Without getting in no street shit.
Right. You know,
And we
I ain't
definitely
built for that.
We got a super salute that.
right. I ain't built for that, and I know that. Like some people, there's a saying like, there's a street and there's a sidewalk. I stay my ass on the sidewalk because that's who I am. But like I said, it don't mean I don't know street guys. I know them, but they kept me out the street.
You just gotta know it. But you know, we don't got. You know, we losing. I ain't gonna say we don't got it because it's there. But I will say we losing that. You feel me?
Definitely.
I will say we losing that, like, because it was the same kind of thing with me. I dabbled and dabbled in
Right.
little bullshit, you know, being, you know, single parent home type shit.
Right. You figuring it out in the street because ain't nobody home to figure it out for you.
It was niggas in the street who would, you go try to, hey, OG, I need some fire. Man, for what? Send your little ass home, bro.
Go home, bro. Go home. Like, and I was lucky enough.
Everybody got handled accordingly, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, it's some who just, I ain't gonna, some of them got,
right.
They just built for that walk of life, you feel
Right.
me? You can see it.
Yeah.
You can smell it, you know,
Yeah.
you
Some
know
people,
it hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta move accordingly, you feel
Right.
me?
But I wasn't.
But 98%,
because if
you
you
should
really,
be on the sidewalk.
if you really know, real street guys don't want to be in the street.
Exactly.
You want to be out there. It's cold out there. It's not something that you want to do. And I was lucky enough. My dad's side, they did it. And I'm talking about real doing it. Not no street corner bullshit. They really did it. So I got to watch my dad from, we'll say, 93, 94 to 2003 up. That's it. That's it. My dad died 4 years ago. Dead broke. Dead broke. So is 10 years is 10 years up is worth it? No.
You said something, my boy.
It's not. It look cool, and they sell us that, but it ain't. So I got to learn that. So.
Yes, sir.
But yeah.
Yes, sir. But y'all already know who it is, man. It's Who Am I with T.Murray, man.
Hey.
We just kicking and cooling,
Most definitely.
cooling it with my boy.
Kicking it.
I don't even know what it. You got so many hats. I don't.
Oh, I also gotta say, I put out an album 2 years ago. That's my baby. That was fun.
Yeah, we about to get into that after we come from this break. You feel me?
Let's do
But
it.
y'all already know what it is, man. It's Who Am I with T.Murray, man. DJ Levy56.
Already.
When we come back, we getting into this music, man. Y'all already know what it is. Let's rock. Yo, you already know what it is, man. We back at it, man.
Yes,
Just came
sir.
from the break, man. We had to get right
Stretch the
quick,
legs.
man. You know what I'm
Big
saying? Pay
conversation.
these bills, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, we finna get into this funk, man. We finna let my boy get into his element, man. Give you just a little sneak peek. We ain't gonna give you the whole package, you feel me?
So yeah, man. I did this album. It's coming up on 2 years, in like a couple weeks. That we dropped 56 days before summer, and it means because my name is DJ Levy56. The 5'6" is from Bob Marley's Address. His address is 56 Hope Road. I'm the biggest Bob Marley fan you could find. So I was like, I wanted something of that with me because I feel like I'm legendary in what I do. So I took that, and then I was like, yo, what do I want to name my first album? Because I was like, yo, there hasn't been a DJ in Orlando to put out an album with original music. There have been DJs that have put features on, but not original music. And at the time, I'm like, yo, I'm like, it's cool for all to kill them up, shoot them up, bang, bang. But at that point where I was like, yo, niggas have sold all the dope. Ain't no more dope left.
You said they done had to ran out.
Ain't no more dope. They done fucked all the same hoes. Ain't no more hoes left.
Damn.
So I didn't want to come on like that. I was like, what happened to having fun? Like, Orlando records were fun. 69 Boys was fun.
Shout out to Dread Player, my boy.
Smiles of South Star, even though they were high schoolers, they still was fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just took that, and then I was like, well, I want to make a record or records that I can travel with. I can go in any city just about and play these records. So I made a record from New Orleans. I made a Spanish record. I made an old school record. I made a line dance record. I made a record where I'm just talking my shit, how I am.
Yeah.
And I just lived out my 13-year-old dreams, man, with the help of my friends and my producer, Big Boom. Shout out to Big Boom, man. That guy was pivotal because he lived under me on the second floor. He lived there for 4 years, and we had never seen each other. Come to find out, I'm a whole DJ, he a whole producer, and we ended up linking up. I forgot how we ended up originally linking up, but he was like, "Yeah, bro, I got a whole studio in my crib." No, you don't. You're lying. So I went down there, showed me the studio. He's like, "Get in the booth." Get in the booth. I think I'm not a rapper. Rappers are corny. Like, that's for them. I'm just a DJ. And he was like, "Man, just get in there, play around." So I literally lived out my 13-year-old dreams. And we put these records together, and it's been the coolest thing I've ever done. So much so that people are asking for a part 2, so we're working on it.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna give them a little piece. I'm gonna do one of my favorites, which is 504 Forever, which is my ode to New Orleans. I wanted to do something that felt like you down there just on Bourbon Street, or maybe even off of Bourbon Street, you just on some Hot Boys, Cajun, just when you bite it, it's spicy, but you love it. So
yeah,
we're gonna give it to them.
We finna get into it.
Here we go.
504 Forever. Who am I with T.Murray? DJ Levy.
Yes, sir.
Let's rock.
Put your hands on your knees, get ready, get ready. Put your hands on your knees, get ready, get ready. Put your hands on your knees, get ready, get ready. Put your hands on your knees, baby, move your rump, now stop, guess what? She ain't got no butter. Put your hands on your knees, baby, move your rump, now stop, guess what? She ain't got no butt. Big girls, gon' wiggle with it, big girls, what? Gon' wiggle with it, big girls, gon' wiggle with it. Whoa, 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 let it pretty. Big girls, gon' move with it, yeah, big girls, gon' move with it. Big girl. And so for my final taste, I gotta give y'all the record that it got me in the most trouble, but it also got me the most light. It's not about who the record says it is. I just did one for the baby fathers that be going through it, man. So, and also shout out to Tony Boy. So, this one is one of my favorites. So here we go. Here we go! I can't stand my baby mama. I can't stand my baby mama. I can't stand my baby mama. She get on my nerves, my baby mama.
Let it rock.
I can't stand my baby mama.
Let it rock.
I can't stand my baby mama.
Let it rock.
Fellas, put your hands up in the air.
Leave.
You can't stand your
Who am I,
baby mama.
T.Murray?
She always starts drama. This and that. Give me my child. And no, I ain't coming back. I don't want to deal with you. Want to do mama. Want to do all that talking, that drama. I'm tired. dealing with you and everything that you put a nigga through. I'm sick. Fellas, if you been through it, say it. I can't stand my baby mama. I can't stand my baby mama. Hell no, I can't stand my baby mama. She get on my nerves, my baby mama. I can't stand my baby mama. I can't stand my baby mama. She put your hands up in the air if you ain't saying yo baby mama. She always starting drama outside the court. Every time I get paid, she want child support, she want this, she want that.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, we back. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoy those tracks, man. You can get them on all DSPs from Apple Music to Tidal, Amazon, Spotify. We everywhere. Turn Up is whole album, 15 minutes. Good turn up for you. Your Mondays, your weekdays, and your weekends. So that's who am I on T.Murray, man. I thank you, brother.
That's real, man. We appreciate you, man. Like I said, man, you know, we want to come tap into the source for real. We want to come tap into the real for real. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.